Hi, I'm Richard Holcomb, and welcome to Who Rocks New Mexico. Today, we'll meet Mark Johnson, who's plugging into the sun in a big way with Soluna Solar. Then we'll spend some time with Paul and Mariano Chavez of Valley Fence, mixing faith, family, and fencing into one of New Mexico's most successful companies. We'll also meet businessman, balladeer, and a buddy to Berkey business owners, Bob Farrell, publisher of My ABQ and Business Resource Guides. But first, let's climb aboard the party trolley for a safe but fun night out on the town.
So the party trolley started actually from my adventures in Europe. I used to work at a pub crawl in Prague, and one question we never heard was, how are we going to get home? Because in Prague, there's so many options to get around. In Albuquerque, there's really not that many options, as well as affordable options. So we saw the bus system in Malta, and we really liked the kind of design of the buses there, and the affordability and options that you have in Prague. Merge those two ideas together, party trolley in Albuquerque.
Obviously the benefits of the party trolley, I mean, when you break it down, $5 for a ride on the party trolley versus $5,000 for a DWI, I mean, you make the choice.
It's not called the boring trolley, that's for sure. It's called the party trolley for a reason, and it's just a blast. Me and my friends love riding the party trolley, and you will too once you try it.
The events that we do are pub crawls, tailgates, bachelorette parties, corporate events. Wherever you need a safe ride, we can be there.
I'm a party trolley regular. The party trolley is a great time. It's fun, it's simple, it's cheap. One of the best things about the party trolley is you never have to go through DWI checkpoints or have to worry about lights in the rearview mirror. And best of all, it's safe.
Our membership is simple. $40 a month gets you unlimited rides in Zone 1 and Zone 2. One DWI costs about 10 years of membership with the party trolley. So instead of worrying about that, you can rest easy that your son or daughter is going to get home safe and sound.
The Party Trolley now offers title tours. We take real estate agents to new listings around Albuquerque to showcase their properties. It's a new and exciting way for realtors to do business. Join us on the Party Trolley.
Frost Mortgage has used mobile advertising since its infancy. A lot of people remember the limousine driving around town. It was a unique business concept at the time, and we're bringing it back with the Albuquerque Party Trolley. It's in front of thousands of people at tailgates, Lobo basketball games, and more to the point, it's driving up and down Knob Hill and constantly moving around town, showing the Frost Mortgage image brand.
We get to have so much exposure just by buying a small ad on the TVs themselves without even paying for people to be brought to the lounge. I have ridden it. I only rode it with Paul, but I often refer it to a lot of my customers, especially if they've been drinking, because there's the bar right next door to the hookah lounge.
It works very well for us. We've had a lot of comments on it, and I would recommend Party Trolley to any advertiser that wants to get out there.
A lot of places rock our state too. Here's another Travel Guide New Mexico moment. When you think of Albuquerque, you don't always think about hidden treasures right here in the city. But today we have one for you. Located right behind Old Town, the Albuquerque Museum of Art and History is something that you have to see when you're here. And remember, I said art and history combined. Something very unique in the museum scene. If you'd really like to explore the history and culture of not only Albuquerque, but all of New Mexico, then the Albuquerque Museum is definitely the place to come. The Albuquerque Museum holds collections that are both about art and history, and they reflect not only Albuquerque, but the culture of New Mexico. and integrate art and history to tell the story about New Mexico and the people here. Inside there is art that you can only dream of seeing, with changing exhibits, not only of the museum's permanent collection, but of traveling exhibits that come to the museum from all over the country. And if you're into New Mexico history, take a trip downstairs and head way back in time. One of the truly unique features of the Albuquerque Museum is that there's not only art and sculpture inside the building, but outside the building as well. On two sides of the building are some magnificent sculptures available to anybody who walks by. And there's guides available too to let you know what all these great sculptures represent. In the summer, the Albuquerque Museum Amphitheater comes alive with dance and music. Salsa Under the Stars, a series of concerts by the New Mexico Jazz Workshop. These nights are fun for the whole family as you eat and dance all evening long. So how about this? Right in the middle of Albuquerque, directly behind Old Town and in the heart of Museum Row. When you're in Albuquerque and you're on your family adventure, make sure you stop by this hidden treasure, the Albuquerque Museum of Art and History. And don't forget, two combined art and history. Very unique and something you just have to come and see. Up next, cowboy crooner and savvy businessman.
What you don't need when it's time to close your mortgage is a nameless, faceless voice at the other end of a 1-800 number. What you do need is a licensed local loan officer who will attend your closing, sit with you and answer every one of the questions that you will surely have as you read and sign over 57 legal documents. At Frost Mortgage, we're licensed, we're professional, and we're local. We don't just close loans, we open doors.
Hi, I'm Doug Wilson with American Tire and Service. Did you know any independent, reputable automotive repair center can provide factory scheduled maintenance under your new vehicle warranty? It's true, you don't need to go to the dealer. You know us, you trust us. So check your owner's manual for scheduled maintenance and let your guys at American Tire do the rest. Engine maintenance, transmission, tire rotation, any scheduled maintenance. American Tire and Service, your guys for all your vehicle maintenance and repairs. See us today.
We'd like to invite you to First Tuesdays, a networking event created specifically for business owners and executives.
Giving you the opportunity to interact on a personal level with business people just like you.
Mark your calendar for every first Tuesday in 2014.
4:30 to 6:30 at Hotel Albuquerque's Q Bar for free hors d'oeuvres, happy hour cash bar,
and networking with fellow business owners and executives.
It's new, it's social, it's your opportunity to make new connections, build relationships, and share new ideas with your peers.
No pressure, no speakers, no roster, and no rules.
And name tags with first names only, so the focus is on you rather than your company.
It's First Tuesdays for business owners and executives, 4:30 to 6:30 at Hotel Albuquerque's Q Bar.
To register, visit firsttuesdaysabq.com. Be there!
Bob Farrell, publisher, balladeer, and businessman, and his publications, the Albuquerque Business Resource Guide and My ABQ Guide, are a hit with local businesses.
Jason Mayer and myself, we worked for a national company out of San Diego doing military and chamber relocation guides. And we decided to start our own publication in Las Vegas for a niche that wasn't there and was serving all the business community. Everywhere that somebody moves, they really need a relocation guide to help them get acclimated to the new area. So we found it wasn't just Las Vegas that could use both of these type of publications. It was every major city that we went to.
In 2008 is when Bob kind of approached me about the idea of starting the Business Resource Guide, or starting a publication in general, and we kind of put together all of the experiences we'd had. Bob is very passionate about connecting people, and that's what makes him a great salesperson.
There are no other magazines that are specifically and uniquely about businesses. So we chose Business Resource Guide because it was a unique publication about businesses. Not only are we pleased with the Business Resource Guide, but during the Business Resource Guide, he also created My IBQ Guide. I'm not here to try to sell Bob. Bob sells himself. He is, what you see is what you get. We continue to advertise because we like the results.
I'd like to introduce you to Kathy Bomsey. She's our Director of Business Development. She's been with the company now for 2 years, just had her anniversary with us, and she does a great job of cultivating business in town.
One of my main tasks is to bring in new clients for Business Resource Guide and My ABQ Guide. I feel proud to stand behind both our publications. I feel proud to have my name on the masthead. I feel they're quality publications and that there's really nothing else like them in town.
You know, I clearly would recommend the Albuquerque Business Resource Guide for businesses looking to work with other businesses. I think it's an excellent way of reaching out to the business community here. Actually, with the relocation guide, we have used it for recruitment of employees that might be moving to town.
As an Air Force veteran, there are a lot of things that I hold dear to me, and one of the things I was doing while I was working here is trying to find what's really important to me, and I found this organization called Paws and Stripes, and they take care of military veterans as well as dogs and animals. They help save both of those.
Paws and Stripes is a nonprofit organization that provides service dogs to disabled veterans who are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder as well as traumatic brain injuries. What Bob's told us is that he's found a spot in his heart for Paws and Stripes. To be quite honest with you, I have a lot of people that I bump into, especially in the Albuquerque area, that all of a sudden they see the Paws and Stripes truck and they're bringing up the whole, you know, we saw your article in the Business Resource Guide, and I was like, wow, okay, that's kind of cool. And then you start to realize that we would have never been able to touch these people if it wasn't for that publication. You know, life has a way of coming full circle. And with the help of Bob and the Business Resource Guide and the publication, we've been able to get out and really touch a lot more individuals as far as with what Paws and Stripes does and our mission statements.
Bob Farrell, the musician. I have been playing music my first time on stage. My father was a musician in the Boston area. It's my one release where I can say I'm away from work. I think about just music, and it's a wonderful thing.
Dreams I've always had are coming true. A heart that goes alone and beats for two. A life I'll share with you till the end of time. Thank God it all came together to make you mine.
Up next, using solar power is less expensive than ever.
Need office space? 3791 Southern Boulevard in Rio Rancho represents an outstanding value in office space in the heart of Rio Rancho's business district. With clean and versatile space available, 3791 Southern Boulevard is a 2-story office building and offers good visibility with signage opportunities for tenants. There's only one suite of up to 2,700 square feet still available, so act now. For more information, call David at 505-259-3706.
Hi, I'm Kelly McDonald, and I'm honored to be the keynote speaker at this year's Governor's Conference on Tourism. Customer service speaking engagements take me all over the world, and I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to speak to all of you here in New Mexico, particularly at a time when the Tourism Association of New Mexico is aggressively working on a positive guest experience training program. So mark your calendar and join me on May 6th in Ruidoso at the 2014 Governor's Conference on Tourism. The information I'll share is valuable for every type of business, helping you better serve your guests and bring them back to your business time and time again. For more information and registration information, visit tanm.org. See you in Ruidoso.
This is where many songs become one, and life dances in perfect rhythm. This is everyday life when it's embraced by the extraordinary. Like no place you've ever been before. This is Albuquerque.
Solar power is a perfect solution for today's energy demands, and there's a solar company in Dixon, New Mexico that's plugging into the sun in a big way.
Soluna Solar in Los Ebanistas is located in Dixon, New Mexico in the Embudo Valley. This area is rich with history. Having our business here is a wonderful aspect because we do give that feel of we're a hometown place. You're going to know us by name. We're always going to be there for you, and we're here to stay.
Soluna Solar is a division of Los Ebanistas Incorporated, which is our construction business. We spun off Soluna Solar doing solar thermal heating systems for the homes that we're building and some retrofits. The project that we're at today is a system that we originally put in about 4 years ago and added on to it just this year. And it offsets the natural gas bill by about 90%. We have it hooked into a backup heating system run by natural gas, but it has cut the energy production by 90%.
The house was an existing home that we bought maybe 5-6 years ago that Mark Johnson had built originally. And after we were in it for a while, I told Mark I wanted to see if we could do thermal solar. I think in a part of the country like this where we've got just abundant sunshine, to take advantage of that resource is a good thing. We can run the whole house on solar. Both hot water and thermal heat.
Soluna Solar is one of the few companies, and really the only one in the north, that we offer both solar thermal and hot water heat for houses and photovoltaic for grid-tied electrical systems.
What's neat about solar right now is that we believe that in about 3 to 5 years you'll be able to power your home from your roof or on your property cheaper than what you can buy energy from the local utility, which is very exciting and a new thing that we're trying to talk to our clients about and let them realize that solar technology is here, and why not put the sun to use.
It's time to dispel the myth that solar is too expensive. In just the last few years, solar costs have dropped about 2/3, making a residential system an 8 or 9 year payback and a business system 5 or 6 year payback. And then for the next 25 or 30 years after that, you'll have free electricity.
Behind us is one of our commercial jobs. This is Taos Charter School. It consists of 420 modules, and it's the community solar project. It's the first of its kind in New Mexico. The cool thing about this community solar project is that members of the Kit Carson utility will be able to purchase 1, 2, 3, however modules they desire in order to offset their bill at home. So what this system is doing, it's making energy here, even though it's not tied directly to your home, it's still offsetting your bill. For whatever energy it's making here at this location, you're able to apply that to your utility bill.
A good reason to, the reason to pick Soluna Solar is because of our varied abilities in the construction business and in solar, thermal, and our renewable energy, our plumbing and electrical expertise. And you want to hire a company like us who has all of those talents in-house. To put it all in a nutshell, to go solar, you save money, it helps your pocketbook. Even better than that, you're doing something for the environment, you're doing something for your kids in the future, for your children and your children's children. And that's a really good reason to go solar.
Albuquerque Business First recently held their Women of Influence Awards, honoring industry and community leaders throughout New Mexico. Each week, Who Rocks New Mexico will highlight these outstanding individuals.
For me, probably the most defining moment of my career was when I left the corporate environment and my husband and I purchased a small manufacturing company in Las Cruces. It was a significant change and has tested me in probably ways that the corporate world never would have. It's a very different thing when you work for yourself and when you know that if you mess up in the corporate world, you're probably going to get fired. But when you mess up when you own your own business, you're not the only one getting fired. Your entire team gets fired. And oftentimes people get let go for decisions you made that weren't so good. And that's a very humbling and challenging place to be. I think it's incredibly important that those of us who are privileged enough to be in our leadership capacities give back to our communities. For me, that venue has been education. I'm deeply concerned about making sure that our youth has the same opportunities we have. And I've been very fortunate to be the founder of New Mexico's first early to college high school. I serve on New Mexico State University's Board of Regents. And in those capacities, I've really had an opportunity to influence the whole pipeline system and try and really bring those two worlds together. It's been a very fun, rewarding experience. I think if I could go back and tell my younger self something to really pay attention to, is I would tell myself to enjoy the journey more. I tend to be highly goal-oriented, and for me, it's all about hitting the ball out of the park. And I think that I am just now learning to appreciate the process as much as the outcome.
As Assistant Dean for the College of Engineering at New Mexico State University, I have had a lot of opportunities to impact people's lives. And some of the most powerful opportunities that I've had or lessons I've learned have been to engage other people in common interests, champion things that I can be passionate about, and learn to limit the types of things that you can get involved in so you can do a good job in them instead of spreading yourself too thin. One of my favorite accomplishments that I have is something new that we've done at New Mexico State. I was involved in an effort recently to create an Aggie Innovation Space, which is a maker space for students at New Mexico State. We're also involving high school and middle school students, and it's basically a new facility that we're doing in partnership with Intel and Halliburton and some other alumni partners to create an environment where students can create, ideate, and innovate new ideas. So it's a non-academic environment. It just brings people together and lets them explore their ideas, and I'm extremely proud of that project. I've spent 30 years at New Mexico State University, and I would like to think that in those 30 years I have been instrumental in expanding opportunities for students across the state. I think that students in the state have a lot of opportunities. Sometimes they don't know about the opportunities because they think their choices are limited. So I would like my legacy to be one that provided more choices to students in all areas. Specifically, my passion is in STEM outreach. But I think that kids need to know there's choices out there and then take advantage of the opportunities to explore and see where they go.
Congratulations to all of Albuquerque Business First's Women of Influence.
Hi, I'm Doug Wilson, the owner of American Tire and Service. Do you know what makes a great mechanic? Training is mighty important. Certification? You bet. But do you know what really makes a great mechanic? Heart. It's a passion that drives the mechanic to do the right thing every time. We've been helping people like you for over 25 years. We're locally owned and proud to serve you.
American Tire and Service on Highway 528 between Southern and Northern. The only guys for you.
Hi, I just saw Robert Wagner on television reading a script about reverse mortgages. You know, Robert doesn't know anything about reverse mortgages, but I do. Every month at Frost Mortgage, we loan hundreds of thousands of dollars to seniors to eliminate their mortgage payments for the rest of their lives. How much better would your life be if you didn't have a mortgage payment to make next month? If you're 62 or older, give us a call and we'll show you how this wonderful mortgage program works.
It's back, the El Ranchito de los Niños Home of Your Own house raffle. It's your chance to win a D.R. Horton home and help provide what every child deserves.
To be safe in our home, not to be hurt.
To grow up with our brothers and sisters.
Win a beautiful D.R. Horton home at La Contista in Northwest Albuquerque, or $100,000 cash. It's simple, it's easy, and you're helping kids. Order by phone or online. Call 889-6040 or visit elranchitonm.org today.
The Chavez family of Valley Fence has built their business for over 40 years, one fence at a time.
Well, my father had me here when I was 5 or 6, so just about all my life I would work and come and help him. He'd take me on the estimates, and all through elementary and middle school I would work summers and come in and learn the business, and was with him all through that. In high school I started fabricating the gates and going out on the crews on fence work and guardrail installations, and then went off to UNM after graduation for 1 year, and then came back full-time. Started with the business in 1981. My father started it, and as I said, mentioned, he did the hard part. He did all the work. He got it started from nothing, and brought it to a certain level. And I came in, and he gave me an opportunity of a lifetime to take that and try to expand it, make it better.
I'm proud of my son. You know, he's done a good job on this business, and he takes good care of stuff. He's doing a great job for the company. I think he's making it function, taking full responsibility for the things that we do.
We do lots of big work. We like the big work. You know, we're excited about that, and being statewide and in the surrounding states. But we've always tried to keep in touch with the residential side of it.
We've always kept the residential because it's what got us started. Fencing is sort of a security type of thing anyway. People want to keep their dogs in and want to, you know, keep their houses safe and so on, and that kind of thinking. So it's an easy way to get to know people. A man came out here, I didn't even recognize him. He came back in and said, "Do you remember me?" I said, "No." He said, "You put in a fence for me back in 1971. So, you know, so he came back in here to get a gate. And that's the kind of stuff that keeps us, you know, sort of keep it open for residential stuff. And you get to communicate with your neighbors, the community, and the whole area.
We feel we can give back and continue to give back to our community on the residential aspect and be a service to them in that area. When you're born and raised here in New Mexico, as we were, and have our roots here, so we're involved with the community. We appreciate the community. We know that we're here because of the community.
We've done a lot of work at the high school. As a matter of fact, if you go out there, you'll see a beautiful eagle that they placed out there in front of their rolling gates and stuff that we've done. And some of the ironwork that they've done, which is going to be in front of the new Alco and Transportation Building, they've also done that for us and completed it. I can't say enough about Mr. Chavez and Mr. Armijo. They donated an eagle up there to the sports people up there for all our sports areas, and it's really a nice eagle.
It's a company with the owners themselves are very ethical type people. They take care of their employees. Just so many things that I enjoy working there because, you know, I was supposed to retire 2 years ago and I haven't done it because I enjoy what I do.
Treat our family, our employees as one, and let them know they're important in the things that we're trying to do and accomplish, and we've done that, and so that's been a big reason for our success over the years.
I believe that the Lord's behind all things, and if we all would just continue to apply that principle, everybody can succeed.
Well, that's Who Rocks for this week. I hope you liked the show as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. For more information on the Who Rocks segments or to find out how your organization can rock New Mexico, we invite you to go online to whorocksnm.com. I'm Richard Holcomb, inviting you to join us again next week for another Who Rocks New Mexico. Have a great week, everybody.